Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're talking about something heavy, family, and what happens when family becomes toxic enough that you have no choice but to walk away. These are stories from people who cut off parents, siblings, cousins, in-laws, not because of one fight or one argument, but because of patterns, betrayal, manipulation, abuse, things that made staying in contact more painful than leaving. Stories about inheritance theft, about favoritism so extreme it destroyed relationships, about boundaries violated repeatedly, about discovering you were never actually family to them at all. Some of these will make you angry, some will make you sad. All of them will remind you that blood doesn't always mean loyalty. Hit like if you understand that cutting off toxic family is self-care. Subscribe for more real stories and share your experience in the comments if you've been there. Let's talk about the moments when enough was finally enough.
My grandmother raised me, actually raised me. My mom was not around much, addiction issues. So from age 6 to 18, I lived with my grandma. She was more my parent than my mother ever was. Grandma got sick when I was 25. Cancer. We knew it was coming. She had time to get her affairs in order, which she did. She told me she was leaving me the house I grew up in, where we'd lived together for 12 years. She wanted me to have it, said it was always going to be mine. I was there when she died, held her hand. My mother showed up for like an hour. My uncle, her son, didn't come at all until after she passed. Funeral happens. Week later, will reading. I'm expecting the house. My grandmother told me multiple times in front of witnesses. Lawyer reads the will. House goes to my uncle. Not me. My uncle, who didn't visit her once in the last 2 years of her life. I'm confused. Ask the lawyer if there's a mistake. He says no. Will was updated 3 months before she died. I remember 3 months ago, my uncle visited. Only time he came. Spent 2 hours with her, alone. I thought he was finally being a decent son. Turns out he convinced her to change the will. Told her I didn't need the house, that I was young, could buy my own place, that he needed it more because he had kids. He didn't mention his 6-figure salary or the house he already owned. My grandmother had dementia starting, early stages. Lawyer says she was still legally competent, will is valid. I confront my uncle. He says grandma made her own choice, that family looks out for family. I remind him I was her family for 12 years. Where was he? He tells me I'm being emotional, that I should be happy for him. He sells the house 6 months later. Never lives in it, just sells it. Makes $340,000. I don't see a penny. Haven't spoken to him in 4 years. Or my mother, who sided with him. Said I was being greedy, that I should respect my grandmother's wishes. Her wishes that my uncle manipulated her into while she was dying and cognitively declining. I lost my grandmother. Then I lost my childhood home. Then I lost the rest of my family when they chose money over me. I don't regret cutting them off. I regret not doing it sooner.
Her grandmother told her multiple times the house was hers, the house where she actually lived, where she was raised. Uncle convinced a dying woman with early dementia to change her will 3 months before she died. Sold the house 6 months later for $340,000. And the mother sided with him. Called her greedy for wanting what her grandmother explicitly promised her. She lost her grandmother, her home, and then her family chose the inheritance thief over her. Moving on.
I'm the oldest of 3. Me, my brother Jake, and my sister Amy. Growing up, Jake could do no wrong. Golden child. I was there. Amy was there. Jake was special. Jake was good at sports. Got scholarships, parents went to every game, paid for extra coaching, travel teams, the works. I was good at school, got into a good college. Academic scholarship covered most of it. Parents said they were proud, but couldn't help financially. They were paying for Jake's travel team. $15,000 a year. Whatever. I worked through college, graduated with minimal debt, got a good job, bought a house at 27. Jake dropped out of college junior year. Decided he didn't like his major or something. Parents paid for 2 years of tuition. Just wasted. He moved back home, stayed there for 6 years. Didn't work much. Parents covered everything. I'd visit for holidays, and he'd be playing video games in his childhood bedroom at 28 years old. I got married. Parents gave us $500 as a wedding gift. Nice gesture, appreciated it. Jake got married 2 years later. Parents paid for the entire wedding, $40,000. Didn't ask us to chip in, just paid for it. While I got $500. I didn't say anything. What's the point? Had a kid, my daughter. Parents visited once in the first year. Too busy helping Jake with his new house, which they helped with the down payment, $30,000. Jake had a kid. Parents are over there constantly, babysitting, helping, posting photos on Facebook every day. I finally asked my mom about it. Why Jake gets everything. Financial help, time, attention. What did I do wrong? She got defensive. Said they help Jake because he needs it more. That I'm successful and independent. That I don't need them. I asked if it ever occurred to her that maybe I didn't need them because they were never there. That I learned to be independent because I had to. She said I was being selfish. That family helps family. I pointed out they only help Jake, not me, not Amy. She hasn't spoken to me since. That was 3 years ago. My daughter is 5 now, has met her grandparents twice. They're too busy with Jake's kid. I'm done. Amy's done too. We talk to each other, our kids know each other, but our parents? They made their choice. They can live with it.
Golden child gets $15,000 a year for sports. Academic child gets nothing. Golden child gets $40,000 wedding. Other child gets $500. Golden child gets $30,000 house down payment. Other child gets nothing. And when he asked why, his mother said it's because he doesn't need help, because he's independent. He's independent because they forced him to be, because they gave everything to his brother and nothing to him. 3 years, no contact. His daughter has met her grandparents twice. They're too busy with the golden child's kid. Next story.
I got engaged. Been dating my fiancé for 4 years. He's great. My family seemed to like him. No issues. Started planning the wedding. Nothing crazy, like 80 people, backyard ceremony at my parents' property. They offered. Said they wanted to host it. I was grateful. Thought it was sweet. Planning goes fine for like 3 months. Then my sister announces she's pregnant. Okay, cool. Congratulations. I'm happy for her. She's due 2 months after my wedding. No problem. She'll be 6 months pregnant at the wedding. Still able to travel and everything. Month before my wedding, my mom sits me down. Says we need to talk. She wants me to postpone the wedding. I'm like, what? Why? She says my sister's uncomfortable being pregnant in photos, that she doesn't want to be in my wedding photos looking fat. Mom's word, not mine. Not even my sister's initially. My mom's. I'm like, she doesn't have to be in photos. She can sit out of formal photos if she wants. No big deal. Mom says that's rude, that she's my sister. She should be in the photos, but not while pregnant. So she wants me to postpone my wedding, which is in 4 weeks. Invitation sent, deposits paid, people have booked flights. I say, no, that's insane. The wedding is happening. My mom gets upset, says I'm being selfish, that family should come first, that my sister's feelings matter. I ask if anyone asked my feelings about postponing my wedding. She says this isn't about me. My wedding isn't about me? She says if I don't postpone, she's pulling out of hosting, won't let us use the property. I scramble to find another venue, 4 weeks out. Most places are booked. Find a venue, cost $8,000, money I didn't budget for because my parents were hosting. My mom and sister don't come to the wedding. Day of, just don't show up. My dad comes, apologizes, says he doesn't agree but doesn't want to cause problems. Wedding happens, it's beautiful, but my mom and sister aren't there. And everyone knows. Everyone asks where they are. After the wedding, my mom sends a text. Says she hopes I'm happy with my choice, that I destroyed the family for a party. I destroyed the family by having my wedding on the date I planned for over a year because my sister didn't want to be in photos while pregnant. Found out later my sister didn't even care. She would have come. It was all my mother. My mother decided to make this a thing. Haven't spoken to my mom in 2 years. My sister and I are fine now. She apologized. She got pressured into it. But my mom? Done. She made my wedding about her, then boycotted it, then blamed me. Nope.
Mom demanded she postpone her wedding 4 weeks before because sister was pregnant and didn't want to look fat in photos. Sister didn't even care, would have come. Mom made it a thing, then pulled venue access, forced a last-minute scramble, $8,000. Then didn't show up to her daughter's wedding. Then texted that her daughter destroyed the family for having the wedding on the planned date. The sister apologized later. It was all the mom. Control and manipulation disguised as caring about family. Let's continue.
My brother's always been bad with money. I mean, always. Since we were teenagers. Spends everything immediately. Never saves. Always has some crisis. Over the years, I've lent him money. Small amounts mostly. A couple hundred here and there. He'd usually pay me back eventually. Sometimes took months, but whatever. 3 years ago, he calls. Needs £5,000. His car died. Needs it for work. Can't afford repairs. I'm hesitant. That's a lot. He promises he'll pay me back. 6 months. He's getting a promotion. Salary increase. He'll have the money. I lend it to him. Wire transfer. £5,000. Month later, I see on Facebook he went on holiday to Spain. Posted photos. Fancy resort. I'm confused. Thought he was broke? I ask him about it. He says his girlfriend surprised him. Early birthday present. Okay, whatever. Not my business how he spends his money, I guess. 6 months pass. No payment. I ask about it. He says he's had unexpected expenses. Needs more time. Year passes. Still nothing. I bring it up again. He gets annoyed. Says he'll pay me when he can. Stop pressuring me. I'm pressuring him for the £5,000 I lent him? Year and a half. I tell him I need the money. I have expenses too. He says he doesn't have it. I see he bought a new car. Posted about it. £20,000 car. I'm done being nice. Tell him I want my money, now, or we're going to have problems. He blocks me. Just blocks me on everything. Phone, social media, all of it. I contact my parents. Explain the situation. They know about the loan. They were there when he asked me. They say I should let it go. That it's just money. That family is more important. I say he owes me £5,000. They say I shouldn't have lent it if I couldn't afford to lose it. I could have afforded to lose it. That's not the point. The point is he lied, took my money, spent it on holidays and cars, then blocked me when I asked for it back. Parents take his side. Say I'm being materialistic, that I'm destroying the family over money. I didn't destroy anything. He stole from me. They enabled it. Haven't spoken to my brother in 2 years. Parents, barely. They call sometimes. I don't answer usually. Maybe I am materialistic, but I'm also not a doormat, and I'm done being treated like one.
Lent his brother £5,000 for a car repair. Emergency. Brother went to Spain instead, bought a new car. A year later, never paid him back, then blocked him. Parents said let it go, just money. Family's more important. He's being materialistic. He's not materialistic for wanting his £5,000 back. His brother is a thief. His parents are enablers. 2 years, no contact, because asking for your money back makes you the bad guy, apparently. Another one.
My dad died last year. Heart attack. Sudden. He was only 62. My dad and I were close. Really close. Talked every week. I lived across the country for work, but we stayed in touch. I visited when I could, a couple times a year. My brother lived in the same city as Dad, 20 minutes away. Saw him maybe twice a year. They weren't close. Brother and Dad had a falling out years ago over... Honestly, I don't even remember. Something stupid. Dad dies. I fly home immediately. I'm devastated. He was my best friend, basically. I start planning the funeral with my mom. Dad wanted cremation, small service, just family and close friends. We're organizing it. My brother shows up. Suddenly, he's very involved, wants input on everything. The service, the music, the eulogy. I'm surprised, but okay. Maybe this is his way of grieving. Maybe he regrets not being close to Dad. Service happens. It's beautiful. Very Dad. Simple, meaningful. I give the eulogy, talk about our relationship, stories, memories. I'm crying through most of it. After the service, brother pulls me aside, says we need to talk about Dad's estate. I'm like, now? We just had his funeral. Can this wait? He says no. He wants to make sure everything's handled properly. Turns out, Dad had life insurance through his work, $150,000. Beneficiary split between me and my brother, $75,000 each. Brother wants to talk about how to divide Dad's possessions, the house, contents, everything. I don't care about any of it. I'm grieving. I just want my dad back. I tell him to take whatever he wants. I just want a few personal items, photos, Dad's watch, some books. He says that's not fair. We should divide everything equally. Over the next 2 weeks, he's at the house constantly, making lists, taking things, organizing. My mom's overwhelmed. She's grieving too. I fly back for a weekend to get my personal items. The watch is gone. The photo albums are gone. Half of Dad's book collection is gone. I ask my brother, he says he took them. He's keeping them. They're valuable. Dad's watch is valuable. It's a $200 Seiko, sentimental value only. He says everything should be appraised and divided equally. I say I don't want stuff divided. I want the items that are meaningful to me. He refuses, says if he can't have them, I can't either. Takes everything to his house. I never see those items again. He's cataloging them for months, then years. They're just gone. My mom tries to mediate. He tells her to stay out of it. This is between siblings. I give up. Haven't spoken to him since the funeral. He didn't care about Dad when he was alive, but he sure cared about his stuff when he died. That's the thing that gets me. He couldn't be bothered to visit Dad. but he was at the house within days, taking everything he could. Grief makes you see people clearly. I saw my brother clearly, and I don't like what I see.
Her brother didn't visit their dad. Saw him twice a year despite living 20 minutes away. They weren't close. Dad dies, brother is suddenly involved in the funeral, in the estate, in taking everything. Took the watch, the photos, the books, said they should be appraised and divided equally. Never gave them back. She just wanted her dad's watch, something to remember him by. Brother took it for the value. She learned who her brother really was when it mattered most. Some people only show up for the inheritance. Keep going.
My sister had a kid when I was 23. She was 30. I was finishing grad school. Working part-time, busy but manageable. She asks if I can babysit sometimes, help her out. I say sure, I like my nephew, no problem. Sometimes turns into twice a week, then 3 times. Then she's asking me to babysit on weekends. I'm doing it for free, by the way. Family helps family, she says. It's affecting my schoolwork. I'm exhausted. Tell her I need to cut back. She gets upset, says I am abandoning my nephew. I'm not abandoning anyone. I'm trying to graduate. She asks one more time, Friday night, date night with her husband, just this once. I say no. I have a major exam Monday, need to study. She says family comes first. I say my education comes first. She calls me selfish, hangs up on me. Doesn't talk to me for 2 weeks, then calls, acts like nothing happened, asks if I can babysit Saturday. I say no, I'm done being free childcare. She loses it, says I'm a terrible aunt, that I don't care about my nephew, that I'm breaking up the family. I point out I've babysat probably 100 times in the last year, for free, while working and going to school. She says that's what family does. I ask if she'd babysit for me if I had a kid. She says, of course. I don't believe her. She tells our mom calls me, says I should help my sister. She's stressed. Being a mother is hard. I'm stressed too. Being a grad student while working is hard. But nobody cares about that, apparently. Mom says my sister needs me. I say my sister needs a babysitter. She can pay for one. Mom says that's expensive. So is my time, but mine doesn't count, I guess. I stop answering when my sister calls. She starts showing up at my apartment, unannounced, kid in tow, emergency babysitting. I stop answering the door. She tells the whole family I'm refusing to help, that I'm selfish, that I don't care about family. Cousins are texting me, asking what's wrong with me. Why am I being difficult? Nobody asks my side. Nobody asks how much I've already done. Nobody asks if maybe my sister's being entitled. I graduate, move across the country for work, don't tell my sister my new address. She finds out through mom, calls me crying, says I'm abandoning her. I remind her we haven't had a real conversation in 6 months. She says that's my fault for not helping, for not being there. I was there, for a year, for free, multiple times a week, until it wasn't enough. Some people think family means unlimited free labor. I think family means respecting boundaries. We don't talk anymore. Haven't in 3 years. I don't miss her. I miss the person I thought she was.
Free babysitting. Twice a week turned into constant. While working and in grad school. She said no. Once. Got called selfish, terrible aunt, family breaker. 100 times over a year wasn't enough, because saying no once is abandonment, apparently. Mom and family sided with sister. Nobody asked her side. Nobody cared that her time and education mattered too. She moved across the country. Didn't leave a forwarding address. because free labor doesn't come with boundaries in some families. Next.
I was always the problem child, according to my family anyway. Not like criminal problem, just wrong. My brother was sporty, popular, dated lots of girls, normal teenage stuff. I was quiet, liked reading, didn't have many friends, bit awkward. They acted like that was a personality defect. Everything that went wrong was my fault somehow. Brother failed a test, must be because I distracted him. Mom had a bad day at work, I must have stressed her out somehow. Dad's car broke down, probably because I jinxed it or whatever. I'm not exaggerating. They genuinely blamed me for random stuff, like I had control over the universe. I left home at 18, moved out for university, stayed in a share house, worked part-time, paid my own way. Didn't go home much, maybe Christmas, sometimes, not always. Wasn't exactly welcomed with open arms. My brother got engaged. I was happy for him. Wedding planning starts. I'm not involved. Don't expect to be. We're not close. Get a call from my mom, 3 months before the wedding. She's upset, crying. I'm immediately worried. Ask what's wrong. She says I've ruined my brother's wedding. I'm confused. I haven't done anything. I live 6 hours away, haven't been involved at all. She says his fiancé's family is uncomfortable with me being there because I'm difficult. I've never met his fiancé's family, not once. How am I difficult? Turns out my mom's been telling people I'm a problem, that I'm estranged from the family, that I cause drama. She's been doing this for years, apparently. Fiancé's family heard these stories, don't want drama at the wedding, asked if I could not come. My brother agreed. I'm uninvited from my brother's wedding because of lies my mother told about me. I'm floored. I ask my mom why she's been saying these things. She gets defensive, says she's just being honest about our family situation. There is no family situation. I moved out for university and kept my distance because they treated me like garbage. That's not being difficult. That's self-preservation. She says I'm being dramatic, that if I can't handle not being invited to one event, that proves her point about me being difficult. I hang up. Don't call back. Brother gets married. I don't go, obviously. Don't send a gift either. Why would I? Mom texts me afterwards, says I hurt my brother's feelings by not sending a gift, that I'm being petty. I'm being petty. I was uninvited to his wedding because she spent years lying about me, but I'm the petty one. Blocked them all. Mom, dad, brother, whole family. Done. That was 4 years ago. Best decision I ever made. My mental health improved immediately. Turns out constant scapegoating is bad for you. Who knew?
He was the scapegoat. Everything was his fault. Car broke down? His fault somehow. Brother failed the test? His fault. He moved out, built a life 6 hours away. Mother told everyone he was difficult, estranged, drama causer. Brother's wedding. Mother's lies got him uninvited, then blamed him for not sending a gift after being uninvited because of her lies. He blocked everyone 4 years ago. Mental health improved immediately because sometimes family is the source of the problem. Moving on.
I found out when I was 28 that my dad isn't my biological father. Found out by accident. Medical thing. Needed family history. Did one of those DNA tests for health reasons. Not ancestry, just medical genetics. Results come back. Says I'm 50% South Asian, 50% Eastern European. I'm confused. Both my parents are South Asian. This doesn't make sense. I ask my mom, show her the results, ask if there's been a mistake. She goes pale, actually pale, sits down, won't look at me. I'm starting to panic, ask her what's going on. She tells me she had an affair 29 years ago with a coworker. Got pregnant, told my dad the baby was his. My whole life is a lie. My dad doesn't know. She never told him. He raised me thinking I was his biological daughter. I'm devastated. I ask why she's telling me now. She says I forced her hand by doing the DNA test. I didn't force anything. I needed medical information. This isn't my fault. She begs me not to tell Dad, says it'll destroy him, destroy the family. I need to keep this secret. I'm 28 years old. I've been living a lie for 28 years, and she wants me to keep lying? I tell her I need time to process. She keeps calling, texting, begging me not to say anything. I'm angry. At her, at the situation, at the fact that my entire identity is based on a lie. I don't know what to do. Do I tell Dad? He deserves to know, but it'll destroy him. He's been my dad my whole life. He loves me. I love him. But our relationship is based on a lie my mother told. I decide to tell him. I can't keep the secret. It's eating me alive. I sit him down, tell him about the DNA test, the results, what Mom told me. He doesn't believe me at first. Then he gets quiet. Really quiet. Then he cries. I've never seen my dad cry. He just breaks down. He asks if I'm sure. I show him the results. He stares at them for like 10 minutes. Then he gets up, walks to their bedroom, tells my mom to pack a bag. He wants her out tonight. Mom loses it, screaming, crying, saying I've destroyed the family, that I should have kept quiet, that this is my fault. My fault? I'm not the one who had an affair. I'm not the one who lied for 3 decades. Dad files for divorce. It's messy, really messy. He's hurt, angry, betrayed. Mom blames me, tells the whole family I ruined their marriage, that I should have kept the secret. Extended family takes sides. Some support Dad, some think I should have stayed quiet. For the family. My relationship with Dad is weird now. He still loves me, says I'm his daughter no matter what, but there's something different. Something broken. I don't talk to my mom. At all. She destroyed my family. Then blame me for exposing what she did. I didn't ruin anything. She did. 30 years ago. I just stopped lying about it. Some secrets are too big to keep, and some people will always blame you for telling the truth instead of themselves for lying.
28 years, her entire life, built on a lie her mother told. Found out by accident, medical DNA test. Mother begged her to keep the secret. Blamed her for doing the test. She told her dad. He cried. Filed for divorce. Mother blamed her. Said she destroyed the family. She didn't destroy the family. Her mother destroyed it 30 years ago. She just stopped covering for her. Extended family thinks she should have kept quiet. For the family. But what family? The one built on lies? Let's continue.
Got diagnosed with cancer 2 years ago. Lymphoma. Treatable, good prognosis, but still, cancer. It's scary. Told my family right away. Parents, 2 sisters, expected support. You know, family rallies around, that sort of thing. First week was okay. Calls, messages, let us know what you need. Standard stuff. Started chemo. It was rough. Really rough. Couldn't work. Could barely function some days. Asked my older sister if she could help with groceries sometimes. Just picking up things, dropping them off. She lives 15 minutes away. She says she's busy. Kids, work, life. Maybe. Sometimes. Sometimes never happens. Ask my younger sister. Same thing. She'll try. Never does. Parents are retired. Ask if they can help. Drive me to appointments sometimes. They say they'll try to make it work. They make it to 1 appointment out of 12. I'm doing this basically alone. Neighbors help more than family. Co-worker sets up a meal train. People I barely know are bringing food. My family? Nothing. Radio silence, unless I reach out first. I stop reaching out. Want to see if they'll check in on their own. They don't. 3 weeks, not a single message. I'm going through chemo, sick, exhausted, scared, and my family can't be bothered to send a text. Finish treatment, get the all clear. Cancer's gone. I'm in remission. Post about it on Facebook. Treatment complete. Cancer-free. My family comments. So proud of you. Knew you could do it. Always here for you. I'm furious. Where were you when I actually needed you? Call my mom. Ask her straight out. Why didn't anyone help? Why was I alone through all of that? She gets defensive. Says they were giving me space, didn't want to overwhelm me. I didn't need space. I needed help. I needed family. She says I never asked. I literally asked multiple times, got excuses every time. She says I'm being ungrateful, that they were there in spirit. In spirit doesn't drive you to chemo. In spirit doesn't buy groceries when you're too sick to leave the house. Tell her I'm done. If they couldn't show up when I had cancer, they don't get to celebrate when I'm cancer-free. Sisters call. Say I'm overreacting, that everyone deals with cancer differently, that I can't expect them to drop everything. I didn't expect them to drop everything. I expected them to show up occasionally. Even once would have been something. Haven't spoken to any of them in a year and a half. Don't plan to. Cancer taught me who actually cares and who just performs caring on social media. My family's in the second category, and I'm better off without them.
He had cancer, asked for help. Groceries, rides to appointments, basic support. Sister was too busy. Other sister was too busy. Parents made it to 1 appointment out of 12. Neighbors helped. Co-workers helped. Strangers brought meals. Family? Nothing. He went 3 weeks without contact. During chemo, they didn't notice. Didn't check in. Then he went into remission. They commented on Facebook, so proud, always here for you. They weren't there at all, but they performed being there on social media. 1.5 years, no contact, because cancer showed him who actually cared, and family wasn't on the list. Next story.
My father was abusive, not like hitting, emotional, verbal, constant criticism. Nothing I did was good enough, ever. I was stupid, lazy, worthless. Heard it my whole childhood, every day, multiple times a day. My mom knew. She was there. She never stopped him. Sometimes she joined in. Left home at 17, haven't been back. That was 12 years ago. Built a life, got therapy, worked through a lot of stuff. Did okay. Not perfect, but okay. Last year, my mom calls, out of nowhere. Haven't spoken to her in over a decade. She says my dad wants to apologize. He's getting older, wants to make amends before it's too late. I'm skeptical, but also, maybe he's changed. Maybe he realizes what he did. I agree to meet. Coffee shop, public place, 1 hour. Show up, dad's there, mom's there, they're sitting together, smiling. I sit down, wait for the apology. Dad starts talking, says he's been thinking about our relationship, that he has some regrets. I'm listening, waiting. He says he regrets that I took his parenting style so personally, that he was just trying to push me to be better, that I was too sensitive. That's not an apology. I say, so you regret that I was hurt? Not that you hurt me? He says he never hurt me. He was tough love. I needed it because I was difficult. Mom nods along, says they did their best, that I'm holding grudges over normal parenting. Normal parenting? Being called worthless is normal parenting? I ask if he's even sorry for anything specific. Name one thing he's apologizing for. He can't, because he doesn't think he did anything wrong. This wasn't an apology meeting. This was a get-over-it meeting. I leave, walk out. They call after me, I don't turn around. Mom texts later, says I embarrass them, that I'm still being difficult, that I need to grow up and forgive. Forgive what? He didn't apologize. He blamed me for being too sensitive. Block both of them, delete the number, done. I wanted an apology, actual acknowledgement of harm, actual remorse, actual change. Got blamed instead, for being hurt, for remembering, for not moving on. Some people want forgiveness without apologizing, want relationships without accountability, want you to forget without them changing. I'm not doing that. I'd rather have no family than a family that thinks abuse is normal and I'm the problem for not getting over it. Been a year. Don't regret it. Won't unblock them. Won't go back. Some doors close for good reason. This one needed to close years ago.
Father was abusive. 12 years, no contact. He wanted to apologize. She gave him a chance. He didn't apologize. Said he regrets she took his parenting too personally, that she was too sensitive. That's not an apology. That's blame. That's, I'm sorry you were hurt by my actions, instead of, I'm sorry I hurt you. Mom backed him up, called it normal parenting, said she's holding grudges, that she needs to grow up and forgive. She wanted acknowledgement, remorse, change. Got blamed for being hurt instead. Blocked them both. A year ago. Because forgiveness without apology isn't healing. It's just accepting abuse and pretending it was fine. Last story.
I'm gay. Came out when I was 22. It didn't go well. Not like violent or anything, just cold, distant, disappointed. My parents are religious, conservative. They believe being gay is wrong, a choice, something that can be fixed. They asked me to go to conversion therapy. I refused. They said I was choosing my lifestyle over family. I wasn't choosing anything. I'm just gay. It's not a lifestyle. It's just me. We had an agreement, unspoken mostly. Don't talk about it. I don't bring my boyfriend around. They don't ask about my dating life. Everyone pretends I'm still their straight son. It worked. Sort of. For like 6 years. Then I got engaged. To my boyfriend of 4 years. His name's Marcus. He's great. My parents have never met him. I tell them I'm engaged, getting married next year. I'd like them to be there. My dad says they can't support that. It goes against their beliefs. They won't attend. I say, okay, I understand. We disagree on this, but I'm still getting married, with or without them. My mom calls a few days later, says she's sad she missed it, that I didn't give them a chance. I gave them a chance. They wanted me to erase myself for their comfort. That's not a chance. That's erasure. I tell her the door's open if she ever wants a real relationship, one where I don't have to hide who I am. She says she'll think about it. That was 2 years ago. Still thinking, I guess. I'm married now. Happy. Marcus is great. Life's good. My parents aren't part of it. That's sad. I wish it was different, but I'm not going back in the closet for them. Some people think setting boundaries is pushing family away, but boundaries aren't walls. They're doors. Doors stay open, but only for people who respect you enough to walk through them properly. My parents want me to remove the door, just let them walk all over me whenever. That's not love. That's control. I love my parents, but I love myself more. And that's okay. That's healthy, actually. Door's still open, if they ever want to use it. But I'm not holding my breath.
He came out. Parents were cold, religious, conservative. Don't ask, don't tell, for 6 years. He got engaged. They said they'd attend the wedding if he didn't kiss his fiancée, didn't dance, didn't celebrate being gay, basically attend but pretend it's not happening. He said no. That's not compromise. That's erasure. They didn't come to the wedding. Texted the next day. Said he didn't give them a chance. He gave them a chance. They wanted him to hide himself for their comfort. That's not a chance. 2 years later, doors still open, but only for people who respect him, not for people who want him to be someone else. That's what boundaries are, not walls, doors, for people who know how to walk through them with respect. Let me wrap this up. So those were 11 stories about family and about walking away when family becomes toxic. Inheritance theft, golden child favoritism, wedding sabotage, stolen loans, funeral grave robbing, endless free labor demands, lifelong scapegoating, decades of lies, absence during cancer, fake apologies that blamed the victim, and conditional love that required hiding who you are. These aren't small disagreements. These aren't just different opinions about politics or lifestyle. These are patterns, betrayals, fundamental failures of what family is supposed to be. And in every case, the person who walked away got blamed for being selfish, for being difficult, for destroying the family, for not forgiving, for not keeping secrets, for setting boundaries. But here's the truth. They didn't destroy anything. They just stopped participating in their own destruction. Cutting off family is one of the hardest things you can do, because you're not just losing the people, you're losing the idea of family, the hope that things might change, the fantasy of what family could be. But sometimes hope is more painful than acceptance. Sometimes the fantasy is what's hurting you. Sometimes the family you need is the one you choose, not the one you're born into. If you've cut off toxic family, you're not alone. If you're thinking about it, you're not selfish. And if you're healing from it, you're stronger than you know. Hit like if you understand that family is supposed to love you, not hurt you. Subscribe for more real stories, and share your experience in the comments if it helps. This community gets it. And remember, blood doesn't make you family. Love, respect, support. That's what makes family. Thanks for watching. Set your boundaries. Protect your peace. Choose yourself when necessary. See you next time.